In this video, we will learn about electron transport chain. What exactly is electron transport chain? Where it is situated? What are components of electron transport chain? What exactly is the objective of electron transport chain and the detailed process of electron transport? So, the first thing, what is electron transport chain? Electron transport chain is made up of certain protein complexes. Now the next question, where it is situated? Now for this, let us have a recap of the structure of the mitochondria. We have learned that mitochondria is a double membranous structure. This is the outer membrane and the inner membrane is folded into various finger-like structure which are known as crista. So, this is the inner membrane and the electron transport chain or the various protein complexes, these are embedded into this inner membrane. This is matrix and this is the intermembrane space. Now the next thing, what are the different components of electron transport chain? There are 5 complexes in the electron transport chain. The first complex is NADH dehydrogenase complex. This is complex number 1. Complex number 2, it is succinate dehydrogenase. Number 3, cytochrome B and C1 complex. Number 4, cytochrome C oxidase complex, also called cytochrome A3 complex. Number 5, ATP synthetase complex. Now let us see the location of these complexes. Now let us draw the inner membrane. This is the inner membrane of the mitochondria. This side is representing the matrix. This is representing the intermembrane space. And this one is the inner membrane. Now let us see the 5 complexes. Complex number 1. This complex is NADH dehydrogenase. This is having 2 prosthetic group. We have already learned about prosthetic group in the chapter enzyme biomolecules. There are 2 prosthetic group in this, FMN and FES. This is our complex number 1. There is complex 2. This is succinate dehydrogenase. Then comes the complex 3. This is third complex. This is our second one. This is third complex, cytochrome B and C. Then comes the fourth complex. This fourth complex, also called cytochrome C oxidase or AA3. Then comes our fifth complex. Fifth complex we will show like this, ATP synthetase. This is our complex 5, ATP synthetase. So these are our 5 complexes which are embedded in the inner membrane. Now what are these complexes doing, or what is the purpose of this electron transport chain? As the name is indicating, transport of electrons. So in this chain, from one donor, electrons are transported to the next acceptor of the electron. Now this acceptor of the electron will become donor, and this will transport electron to the next one, just like in a relay race. Now the question, from where exactly these electrons are coming from? Who is the initial donor of these electrons? So now let us see this. The initial donor of our electron may be NADH, or it may be FADH2. We have done that NADH and FADH2, both these are formed during TCA or citric acid cycle. So through this, electron enters into this complex via NADH dehydrogenase, and this itself get oxidized to NAD+. When these electrons they enter into this complex gets supercharged with energy, and when it gets supercharged with energy, then this result in transport of proton from the matrix to this intermembrane space. Now these electrons are at a very high energy level. Now these electrons they need to be transported to the next acceptor in the chain. For this, there is a mobile carrier. This mobile carrier is known as ubiquinone, or simply we write it as UQ. This ubiquinone it acts as a shuttle between complex 1, complex 2 and complex 3. So this can take electron from complex 1 also. This can take electron from complex 2 also. So this ubiquinone itself get reduced, and here this NADH get oxidized. So this continuous reaction of oxidation and reduction occur throughout this electron transport chain. Just now I said this ubiquinone it can take electron from complex 1 also, it can take electron from complex 2 also. When electrons they are entering through succinate dehydrogenase complex, then this also get oxidized to FAD. But at this point it does not result in the transport of proton from the matrix to this intermembrane space. Now this ubiquinone, when it get reduced, it result in transfer of this electron to this complex 3. Now complex 3 also gets supercharged when it accepts these electron, and because of this high energy level, again proton are passed from this matrix to the intermembrane space. So again protons get piled up at this space, but still electrons are there here. Now these electrons they need to be transported to the next complex. For this there is now another shuttle service in the form of cytochrome C. Cytochrome C is attached to the outer side of this inner membrane. So now these electrons will go to cytochrome C, and cytochrome C at a time can transfer only one electron. On the other hand, ubiquinone it can transfer 2 electrons simultaneously. So one by one these electrons are transferred from cytochrome C to this complex 4. Now again this complex 4 gain lots of energy, and due to this energy now again proton they transferred from this matrix to this intermembrane space. Now you can see that matrix is having very low proton as compared to this intermembrane space. So you can visualize yourself that a proton gradient is formed. Lot of proton they are there in the intermembrane space. Because of this, now there are another complexes which are known as cytochrome 5 or ATP synthetase. This ATP synthetase it result in the formation of ATP from ADP plus inorganic phosphate. ATP is having 3 phosphate group, and this is at high energy level as compared to ADP. This is the energy currency, but because this is having the high energy level, so it need energy to form ATP from ADP. Now when this proton gradient is formed here, this proton gradient break down and protons start flowing from the intermembrane space to the matrix. When these electrons they flow from this intermembrane space to the matrix, a lot of energy is released, and this energy is captured by this ADP to form this ATP. Now you can see there are 3 places where this proton gradient is formed. When electrons are entering via complex 1. So this is the reason that when NADH is the electron donor, then 3 ATPs are formed. But when FADH2 is the electron donor, then 2 ATPs are formed. So what exactly is the purpose of this electron transport chain? The purpose of this electron transport chain is formation of ATP, the ultimate source of energy. Now, but still one question is left. Who is the final acceptor of this electron which are still there at the complex 4? Now these electrons, they have lost all their energy. But now this has to be removed from the chain. If these electrons are not removed from the chain, then what is going to happen? If these electrons are not removed from the chain, then this whole chain will get blocked up. And when then this whole chain gets blocked up, no ATP formation will occur. So now what is going to happen with these electrons? Ultimately, who is going to be the final acceptor of these electron, or who is going to remove now these de-energized electron from the chain? This final acceptor of electron is oxygen. We are doing the steps of aerobic respiration, but so far we have not done the role of oxygen. Here comes the role of oxygen. Oxygen is the final acceptor of these electrons. Here O2 breaks down into O and O ions. Each one of these will take 2 proton from the matrix and 2 electron from the chain, and this will get converted into water molecule. So this is the reason that this chain is known as oxidative phosphorylation also, because here the formation of ATP, the process of phosphorylation, it occurs in presence of oxygen. So when we say the process oxidative phosphorylation, it includes electron transport chain. But when we say electron transport chain, then simply we are talking of the transport of electron from one donor to another acceptor. Remember, in this complete chain, continuously oxidation, reduction, or we can say redox reactions are occurring, because if one is reduced, the other one is oxidized. The final acceptor is oxygen, and this oxygen is removing the electrons which are not having any energy. So now these electrons are of no use for this chain. Students, you must have heard about the cyanides poison also. Cyanides, they block our complex 4. So when this complex 4 is blocked, now electrons are not removed from the chain. As a result, instantly ATP formation will stop. So I hope that your doubts are cleared by this video.